Each week during the 2015 season, we're going to take a look back at a game from 1990. Joining me on that journey will be Darian Hagan, the quarterback from the 1990 Buffaloes. Hope you join us throughout the season as Darian and I take a look back at the memories from 1990. All right, we are back to look at week 3 of the 1990 season, and Darian Hagan with me. You guys come in 1-0-1. You got the tight win against Stanford. Now you get to go on the road and face a pretty good Illinois team. Talk about your thoughts, what you remember going into that game.
I just remember how good they were defensively. They had some really, really good players that played a long time in the NFL. We knew that in order to beat them, we would have to, play smash mouth football, and we had to play mistake-free football, and which we did for the most part. We had some late miscues and some things that were uncharacteristically out of our hands that we didn't do, and that kind of set us back.
Yeah, and Illinois, I mean, you mentioned they were a pretty good team. I mean, they were top 5 in the country going into November. They were above you guys, partly because of the win against you guys, but that was a pretty good Illinois team until they kind of sputtered at the end. What did they do to you guys that day in Champaign that kind of knocked you guys back a little bit?
I think they played a lot harder than we played, but they had some first-round, second-round draft picks on that defensive unit that played a long time in the NFL, and that's not a cop out or anything like that, but they took it to us. Then offensively, their fullback Howard Griffin, he had a phenomenal game, probably the best game he had in his career. And then they had a guy, Jason Verduzco, who was the backup to Jeff George, and he comes in and doesn't miss a beat. And, they beat us the last second on a fade over my boy Deion Figures. But that was something I think that brought us back together as a team, to get that stunning loss. And get that feeling that we hadn't had the prior year. So that was something that made us rededicate ourselves and made us go back and play for what we were playing for, and that was each other in Sal and Essie.
Yeah, and I've heard that from a lot of different guys. But what did it do to you guys to feel that loss? Like I said, you didn't feel it the year before, and you guys came in very hyped up for the season. Now you're 1-1-1. Initially, Sean Embry told me that the plane ride home that day, it was just miserable.
It was. It was definitely miserable, and that's the right word. It was miserable. No one. Usually we fly home and we're joking and laughing and talking. This one here was just a somber feeling. We lost the game and we felt like we had just let go all of our goals. We had it all in our hands and we let it go just because we just didn't play as hard as we normally did, and we didn't play as together as we normally did. And it showed.
Yeah. Well, in week 4, you guys started that climb back up, and next week we're going to take a look at the week 4 game. So this is our look at week 3. We're back next week.